And hello and welcome to episode 294, where tonight I'm going to be taking my Dragonfear, the game Dragonfear that I copied out of the book into the MC10, and then I modified it to make Dragonfear 2. I'm still working on that one. And we're going to do it this time. We're going to do it on the Atari. So I'm taking it completely out of one basic version and putting it into another. So a lot of the commands don't work. So it's a little bit more intense. But right now, I've already got some of it working. So let's go ahead and bring that up and you can see what we got going on. But once again, thank you for joining me. So what we are going to do is switch up my emulator here. And if we run, the world is being built. And we have Dragonfear. You have 40 moves remaining. What do you do? So right now, if you do anything, it breaks. So what we're working on now is typing in the movement. So on my screen I have the Atari emulator open, and then in the other screen I have my notepad, just like I did with the Tandy Color Computer MC10. Some of it I will be typing right in the Atari, and some of it I'll actually be typing into the notepad. And I may be copying and pasting things out of the Atari and putting them into the notepad so that they are matching up with one another. So right now I'm working on the input, where we get the, my neck itches, get a little bit of the input from the, for the movement. So right now, doing the input command, and I'm going to kind of copy that from the other one there, and we're going to say let's copy that bit there. And we're going to say then 160. Double check this line. There really isn't an M, so we're going to get rid of that one. We're going to make some modifications to this one. It's actually going to be a lot different than on the color computer. There's I can paste from one into the other, but it sounds like you're typing. There we go, and we're just going to run it and see if I get an error message as I go ahead and grab my phone here. So, okay, the error message is error 9. What is error 9? May have to look up my error codes there. So let's look at these error codes. Error 9, not a constant. Not a constant. Okay, not a constant. What does that error mean? Control C. Oh, no. Control S. Let's look at. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. All right, so let's go ahead and graphic 0 gets us. Come back over here, GR0, boom. Gotta have the cap lock on when I'm typing in the notepad so that it's the same. And let's go ahead and there. So that's there. Sometimes bouncing around you get lost. All these windows. It gets so confusing. Back my microphone up there a little bit. Just fixing the camera here or there. A little bit off. Okay, so we got to look at line wrong code. We need to look at line 210. 2010, sorry. This 2010. Oops, cap lock list 2010. And if we come over here, it's all lowercase. We're cap lock. That's uppercase. Good. And we come back over here. It's all uppercase. Okay, so I got the cap lock fixed. So it does appear that I don't have Z. No, what, comma Z. It's only one. So, okay. Let's see if we get that same error. And I'm going to change that bottom screen so it's not white, so it's not blue on black. And we're going to go with north. All right, so it didn't do anything. That's great. So the error is gone. So let's reset that real quick. And I'll fix that over here in the code. Okay, so that's that way. So now, let's try one other thing here. Run. So what we're working with here is two graphics modes. On the Atari, we have multiple graphic modes. So we have on the top portion of the screen where it says Land of Dragonfear, and you see the current board. That is graphics mode 1. And below that is graphics mode 0 for 16 lines. Well, it's not really 16 lines, it's like 4. So let's say K, that's not one of our options. Okay, so it should loop back, and it's not. If Z is not in, and Z is not S, and Z is not E, it should go to 160. But it went someplace else. You know what? Let's do line 998, print loop. Let's see what happens when we run it now. Because line 99 is a go sub to, wait a minute, no it's not. I think I got something wrong here. Loop, so it is looping, but it's not going back to the line it's supposed to. So let's list 100 to 200. So 160 should loop back to 160. If it's not, that might be the incorrect. I may have to look up what the Atari equivalent is for not equal to. But let's list 999. So yeah, see, it gets stuck there. Because what's going to happen is, instead of going to 999 over and over again, well, that's the game will just freeze at that spot and never go anywhere. That's going to loop you back up to a portion where the player moves and it redraws the screen. Player moves, redraws the screen. But we're not, it's not looping like it's supposed to. Let's look something up here real quick. Anyways, basic reference knows that logical operators greater than, less than, equal, and, or are commonly used in if-then statements. If x is greater than not. Logic verse if-then. I want to know if it's not equal to. Okay, that didn't answer my question at all. Not at all. We get the Atari quick reference. Let's see what we got here. No, well, that's downloading because that's quite large. Oh, there it is. Let's try something. 160 if $z to n, then 160. And if we run that, anything other than n, and that's what it says, is that if it's not equal is greater than, less than. It's just like I have it. So, all right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, so if I press L, it doesn't do anything. It just freezes up. Okay. So it doesn't like that logical operator for some reason. And there is no else. There is no if, then, you know, if blank equals blank, else, blah, blah, blah. So, see, relational, that's what I'm doing, is relational, A and B. And B. Okay, let's just get it working to where we can move, and then I'll work on not working. I mean, not moving. So let's list 100 to 200. So I'm listing the lines between 100 and 200 here. Let's go ahead and bring this up. And since we know that's not working, I'm just going to leave. Let's just do 160. We're going to leave that out. So there's no longer a 160. If we list 100 to 200, 160 is gone. Okay. I got it over in my code here on the other side. But for now, we're just going to leave it as is. check the sound on my stream. 160. Okay, so 160's gone. Sound is working. Let's come over here and let's look at. Let's do the. If we're going north, let's say we're going up north. So 170, and then if and I'm looking at something here real quick. Well, that was weird, but okay. So if z equals n, because that's my input is z, equals n, and so we want to move, let's go ahead and we're just going to get this to move, and then I'm going to put in the detection phase of things. What do I get going on over here? I think I pulled up the wrong stuff. I did. I pulled up the entirely wrong stuff. So all right. So if z equals n, we want to move the player up one line, but we're not really moving them up one space up. We're actually moving them in the array to a different position, because each spot, if we go ahead and run this real quick, let it load up, I'll show you. So in this game, the way the board is built, each one of these spots is in the array of A. So this is A0, this is A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8. So all the way across. So how many lines across are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 lines across. So if we want the H, which is our player, to move up one, we have to move him 20 positions over. So we want a minus 20 from his current position in the array. So we want minus 20. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we do this line of code. And let's go ahead and reset that. And control and paste. So, and that's what this line says. This line says if z equals n, then e equals e minus 20. And that's the player's position. So let's see what happens when we run this. Because I may have done something wrong. So let's say north. And it goes to loop. Oh, I need to redraw the screen. So we're going to F5 and list 998. So we can go 998. We're going to get rid of that one. List 999. And that's a go to 999. So we're going to change that to because it's going to take the player input. Once it's got the input, then it's going to loop through and redraw the screen. So the screen is redrawn in a line 1000. So we're going to go sub 1000. So what'll happen is it's going to wait until we enter something and then go to the next line, which is 999. So now we're going to do that. And okay, so our player moved up, but so the player moved up, but we didn't erase his old position. So now we got to erase the old position. But it worked. He moved up. And there's an error 16 at 1060. Why is there an error? I should have returned. Oh, I know why. Okay, we have a problem. So we're going to, let's get that back, and we're going to list 999. So it's going to go sub 1000. And what a go sub does is says go to subroutine. So it's going to go to this block of code. It's going to run the block of code. Then it's going to return back to line 999. And then it's going to run the next line of code. Well, the next line of code is redrawing the screen. So we don't want that. So what we do is 999 go sub 1000. And then we're going to say go to 130, which is where we ask for input. That's our user input, where we're looking to move the player. So if we do this now and we say run, gotta add background music. I don't have any set up yet. So if we say north and enter, it's going to redraw the screen, and it goes back to asking us for a movement command. So we're going to say north again. He's going to loop, and the player's moved up again. Yay! So that's working. Now we got to erase behind the user. And where is my erase command? So what I'm looking at is I have also the printout of the code, so it's easier for me to see. Because I'm old. So what we have to do is there is a command that will erase the previous line. They have something in here. Let me see if this is what I need. So we're gonna take that back. We're gonna list 170. We're gonna insert a bunch of lines. And we're gonna go A, E, insert a few more lines, equals 32, which is a blank. Let's see if that erases it. So if we say north, and that did. Okay, so that erased it. So if we go north again, the line is gone. So now we can work on moving east, west, south. We can work on moving. But right now we have no collision. So he's just going to keep on going. And it erases the previous thing, which is okay, because if we run into something, it's either the wall, which is an X, or the Q for the quicksand, or stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get out of this. And now this is where having Notepad off to the side is really handy. So we're going to list 170, and I'm going to grab that out of the emulator and paste it over here so I have it exact. And now we're going to do 180 Here's the great thing. I can just copy and paste a bunch of these and just fix some line numbers. And S, if we're doing S, we want a, what do we want to do with this? We want to add 20. We want to add 20 if we're going down. Now, if we're going, oops, we're about to have a bad day with code there. 190, Control V. We're going to add and clean this up. And we're going to say if it's east. Now, here's where it gets fun. If we say it's east, we're going east, so we're going to the right side of the screen. We want to go one space. Literally, we're just going one place. So we want +1. And then I'm just going to copy that line of code and paste it. And we're going to change that to a minus. And we're going to change it to a W. So that's north, south, east, and west. So let's see what happens when I grab these lines of code. Copy, and we're going to paste them over here. And enter. And we're going to run it. Run, 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 run. Okay, so now let's go south. There we go. We didn't move, did we? Did we move? Let's try that again. South. Okay, we moved south. And I believe we moved south again. Yep, we're moving south, so let's go east. That should take us above the quicksand. And we go west, it should take us back where we were. And we go west again, take us over the money. And if we go north, we should go up. All right, so now we're moving. Now we're moving. All right, this is awesome. So we're starting to get there. Starting to get there. So now what do we want to do? We want to say, hey, you can't go that way if the way is blocked. So we're going to go ahead, and this is kind of a long line of code, so we can type it all in, or we can just copy and paste. And I am a fan of copying and pasting. So we're going to Control C. If I can copy and paste, I'm going to copy and paste. So right there at 160, we're going to do 165. And normally you want your lines of code to be in lines of 10. Okay. And 88. And we're going to change that to go to 130. And let's see if that works on 165. And let's. Oh, line is too long. That's what that buzz was. The line is too long. So I'm going to have to break it up. So let's do that right there. And I'm seeing if I put this in the right spot or not. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're gonna break north and south onto its own line and east-west onto its own line. So we're going to do a check to see if our way is blocked for both north and south. Gotta put some spaces in here. Atari likes spaces. The Tandy programming language for the MC10, it didn't care about spaces. It's like, hey, you're groovy, you know, I can accept that. Then we're going to do this one as 166. Only 166 if a few more spaces. And I think we're good. So we're going to grab these two lines right here. And come over here, we're going to go 165. We're just going to delete that list. 100 to comma 1 to 200. There's no 165, so we're going to paste. Yeah, we just made it in under the wire. I did miss that go to, but it looks like it took it. So let's see what happens if we move now and we hit something. Which is great. We got a block right next to us. So let's try and go west. Your way is blocked. Your way is blocked. Look, it never goes anywhere. So let's go east. And we can move east. Now let's try going west, and we can go west. But if we go west again, oh, your way is blocked. So let's check the borders and see what they look like. Nope, your way is blocked. Awesome. So if we go south, it works. All right. This is awesome. We are doing all kinds of cool stuff here. Making a game. And having fun. I don't know about you, but I'm having fun. I really do like this stuff. So that all worked. So we're just going to plop a little space in there. We're going to hit F5 to warm reboot. Now, one thing we're going to do is save this puppy because we made some progress. We can only do 8 characters, a dot, and 3 characters. So all right, we're done. And we go. That's a list of what's on the drive, and you can see there's Dragonfear base and Druga. I typoed it there. I was typing fast and didn't catch myself and made a typo, and you can see it's a small one. I can delete that at some time, but right now we're just going to leave it. It's kind of my backup file. It's not current, but it's got, if I have to go back and get someplace I can. But that's also why I got this notepad over here, because I keep saving that notepad file, and I can always do it. You hear my rats in the background drinking? They're noisy. My noisy neighbors. So next we got to work on Oh. I see the problem with my, if it doesn't equal, if it's not equal to one of the lines. I didn't loop it back to the input command to ask to tell the user, hey, you did it wrong. So now we need to loop that back through. So let's go ahead and re-input line 60 over here and see if our not equal to is working. So let's run it again. And let's say G's nothing. Oh look, it worked. R's nothing. F should give an error, but it doesn't right now. It just loops through because there's nothing to catch the F because there's no F. It just immediately goes to that line 99999 and redraws the screen and goes to 130. So what we also have to do is we have 40 moves. So every time we move, we got to take away a move, right? So let's go north. I do want to check something. Okay. Everything's staying where it's supposed to be. Let's go south. I'm making sure all the things on the screen are where they're supposed to be. So, okay, all right. We're doing really well on that. So that's I'm going to save that because that's really great to that's about all right. Now what I should be doing is saving these at different versions, like Dragon 1, Dragon 2, Dragon 3. I have like 4 of them and then override them so that I have a backup if something happens, but that's okay. It's not a super long program. And I can copy and paste in my code over here really quickly. So I'm okay with that. So we need to, when we move, we need to take away a move from our moves. So let's do 998 h equals h plus 1. You know what? I don't know why it's doing that. My phone keeps blipping. So we're going to do 9. Where did I do that? Right there. We don't want to add 19. So we're going to do 998. I may change that number, but right now it's 998. H equals h plus 1. So if we run it now, and we say north, we should have 39 moves left. And if we say west, 38 moves left. Okay, so we got the movement countdown working. Yay! So, awesome, 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 awesome. I plan on doing a lot more with this version because I can do more with it on the Atari than I could on the Tandy Color computer. And that is that it's not going to stay as X's and it's not going to be an H and it's not going to be D and an X. I'm going to change those and they're going to look different. We're not going to do it tonight. We're going to do it another night. We're going to do it another time. But right now, we are getting close. We've been doing this 45 minutes now. But let's look at Let's add in. So we got the way is blocked. We got the if you screwed up, then if you on your entry it doesn't accept it and loops back and asks you to do it again. And we're counting there. So let's put in to where if you hit, let's put in where if you hit, let's start with, let's do the gold first. So let's do 210. If the array AE, which meaning if where you're moving to is equal to, and we're going to say 36, which is the $sign. 36 is the character string for the $sign. So we're going to say then go sub, and we're going to say let's move that up to, let's do 600. So go sub 600. All right. So next up, we're going to put in 600 rem. I like putting in my remarks. That's what rem is short for, remark. So you can put in a comment to know what it is. And we're going to say treasure. I'm going to say 610 print. You found treasure. Oops. You found treasure. Poop. And 6999. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? 699 return. But actually we want to go sub, or I have a delay in here. Line 1070. You know what I should do? Let's 1069 delay. So I'm putting a delay. I have a delay routine in here. And so instead of putting in a delay repeatedly throughout the game, I just made one line and I just call it over and over again. It saves me having to write that line over and over and over again. And it saves you a little bit in the coding phase. So, excuse me, is it 1070? Yes, that's the delay. Okay. So, back down to, where were we at? So that's going to be go sub 1070. And then we're going to follow it with a return. Now's where we got to make some changes. Remember I said the 998 and 999 were going to change? Well, now's when they change. So we can't have them before the 600, because what'll happen is it'll hit and go to 999, 999 goes to 130, and then it'll just pass through, and it's possible they will hit the treasure even though we're not on a treasure. It'll just keep, because it runs linear, it'll just keep running down the next line in the code. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to, everything is going to be 300 or greater for our running into a magic cave, running into the quicksand, and running into the dragon. All that's going to be above 300. So 299 and 298 are going to be the new line. So we're going to list 900 to 1,000. You'll see why. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to put a 2 there and hit enter. I'll put a 2 there and enter. And then I'm going to go 999 and 998. And if we run it, even though I haven't put any treasure stuff yet, you'll see that it's going to work the way we want it to work, and we're not going to run into that what's after the treasure. So we're going to say north, and it's going to work. South. Well, let's go east. East. See, I didn't put in the treasure yet. So, I meant to go west. So let's go south. Boom, it doesn't do anything. There we go. So I'm sitting on a treasure, but there's nothing there. So what we're going to do now is, just to show you what I've done, we're going to list 100 to 300. And as you can see, this is where we move our player. We ask it, hey, you put in the wrong command. Hey, you can't go that way. That's the wall. Oh, you want to go east? Can't do that. There's a wall. Okay, and then we come down here where we say, put in a blank space where I used to be. And if Z, because what we're doing is we're saying at this point we've entered a command. So we've cleared out where we exist. You just don't see it on the screen, but it cleared it out. So right now where the H was is now space in the memory, in that array. And then the next line down, it's going to move. Well, we've added 20 and we've moved that H to a new spot. So it kind of all makes sense, I guess. We'll loop through that, and then we get down there to 298, which is we're going to remove 1 from our moves by adding 1 to there. And the way we're doing that is up here we say we have 40 moves minus H. And so H, every time H goes up 1, our moves goes down 1. So it kind of makes sense. There might be a cleaner way to do that, but I don't think so. I think that works, so we're going to leave it. All right, sounds good. So now we need to take our 600 and drop that in over here, so we're going to paste. Not very exciting right now, but let's see what happens when we run it and we find us a treasure. Oh, we only got to go south 2 blocks. South. Oh, it was more than I thought. And then east. Did we see anything? I don't know that we saw anything. I'm watching the instant replay. If it did, it went by too fast. Where's our delay? Maybe I missed something. Let's see another. Let's go grab another one real quick. All right, so we're going to go south and let's see what it says. Wow, it just jumps right over that, doesn't it? Why is that happening? Because it should equals 36, then go sub 600. And I do have a 36 in my data statement, so it is a dollar sign. All right, so and we're going to What am I doing wrong here? Something's not right. What am I doing wrong? Or is it I forgot how to list my program. Luckily, I got the reference manual up here. And it's not in there. Oh, goody. Or is it? Oh, I think I know what I'm doing wrong. It's There we go. Now, darn it, where did it go? I gotta find out where it went. Really? I got it all right here and I'm totally missing it. Where's it at? Let's just list. Are you telling me I can't find? There's no list. There is a list. Well, that didn't show me what I was looking for. Well, it's telling me here that if I... Okay, Control F, list. Oh, wait. I bet you anything... I can't. What's the program currently in memory on the monitor? Or the device specified by file spec. File spec. Why can't I print? I'm doing something so wrong. Let's go to the folder. I bet you it's in there. I just want to see my printout, man. Or not. Because I don't think I have it configured for printing, and that's what I gotta figure out. This is the fun part of doing this. View to a kill. Printer output, there we go. Okay, that's what I was looking for. It prints it down here, and I can, let's make sure I got it right before I go doing this wrong. All right, there we go. Okay, so we have a copy of the code in okay, so I know what I did wrong. Bump, bump. By seeing this code, I was able to see what I did wrong, which was kind of silly of me. If we look, I didn't put 210 in the system. I didn't tell it what to do. I put it in the one, but I didn't put it in the other. Silly me. Let's close the printer output there. All right. Sorry about that. So, hey, we don't have far to go this time for real. We just got to go up one more. And it should say, "You found treasure! Yay!" So that's working. Good, good, good. So, and then it takes us back to where we were. And we're good to go. Now, in that situation, we do want the square to disappear because we don't want to refine the gold. We want it to go blank. So it should go to nothingness, which is fine. Okay, so now we just add in line 210 here. Control Z, Control A, Control V. Okay, so Control S. Now all my lines of code match. Okay. Now we're going to save it again before I screw something up. Gotta love that sound. The sound of the Atari disk drive writing. That's music to my ears because I listened to it so long as a kid. So many years. So if we do new, oh no, it's gone. It's no longer there. So what we want to do is load disk 1, Dragonfr.base. And if we list, she's back. Okay, so that's good. We used to have to do that a lot. Save and break in the old days. So next up, we want to do, let's do the quickie sand, shall we? So we got treasure. Let's do 500 rim. Quicksand. And I have an idea about the quicksand. $5.10 print. Oh no, quicksand. $5.99 return. Actually, no, we want to go sub 1070, then return. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop those lines in. And then we're going to copy 210 into 220. And we're going to change that to go sub 500. And we're going to change that to, oh dear, what is Q? Q, I think is 81. And it is, 81 is the character string for Q. So, and we're going to remember to type that over and run. Let's see what we get this time. All right, so we're looking for Q, so we got to go west. Go west, my son. There's gold in them there hills. And west one more. And we want to go south. Did it say we found quicksand? So we're going to go west. And west. Oh wait, I think I changed 181. It's no longer 181. It's 113. Okay, so I changed it for a reason. 113. Even though you can't see it. I don't know why you can't see it, but okay, so we have to F5 list 210 113. Whoops. 113 is the lowercase d. In the Atari graphics, if it's a lowercase, it's supposed to be a different color in the graphics mode 1 than other graphics, but it's not for some reason. So you know what, let's play with that real quick. Let's get rid of the set color command in line 1005. List 1005. You know what, we're just going to do 1005 gr.1, enter and run. I still get that over there in the code, so we're good. Oops. See, there we go. That's what the problem is. Now you can see that the Q and the D are different colors than the rest of the characters. And there's a reason for that. That way I can, when I do some stuff later on, I can still use a D. up there where it says Land of Dragonfear, I can still use that as opposed to not using it. So, all right, so let's see if we go north. And we go north. Oh no, quicksand! Dun, dun, dun. Yay! So we found the quicksand and we perished. Okay. Oh no, we didn't perish. We're still alive. All right, so we're going to finish this off tonight by getting... We're going to do... Next up, we're going to do... We'll do the magic. And the magic. Let me come look over here. Just so it's easy for me to see what I need to do. And magic is the dollar question mark, which is going to change. And we're going to make that. That is 63. And we'll make that 400. We'll come down here and we'll do 400 magic. Print. And 4999 go sub 1070 for the delay and then return. So we're going to copy that over and we're going to copy over 220. And then we're going to do 230. It's going to be 300. And that is the dragon. Now the dragon has changed. He was 68 and he is now... 68 is now 100. 100. See, I'll show you what I'm talking about over here. Let's just print. I'm going to do print CHR string 100. Oh, look, it's a lowercase d. And if we change that to 113, we get a lowercase q. And if we do 63, we get a question mark. And that's how the computer sees things. So now we're going to do 300. And this one is dragon. Print. $3.99, and we're going to say go sub 1070 return. There we go. So if we go ahead and copy that, copy this 230. I'm going to save it real quick. And you know what? We're going to run it first. Let's make sure it works before we save it. Oh, look at that. Quicksand right next to me. So we're going to go east. Oh no, quicksand! And what else did we add? We added in the magic. We tested the magic. Let's go south. We got to test the dragon. Oh, we haven't tested the magic yet. So ready for the dragon? Oh no, a dragon! Oh look, we survived. Let's go north. Find the magic. You found a magic cave. All right. So our movement, we're able to move. We have everything's placed on the board. We're able to move. We can only move within the boundaries of the world. We have collision with objects. We have the subroutines where we're going to put all the code to handle all the different encounters that we have in the game. And that's going to get us started for right now. I think that's pretty good. Now we're going to save it. Disk 1, dragonfr.base. So, all right. Let that finish up. And one thing about the Atari emulator is it protects your files, and we want to save that disk so that we don't lose any of our code. And I'm going to switch this back over to me and say, I hope you enjoyed watching me and learning about writing BASIC on the Atari 8-bit home computer. I'm emulating my 130XE, which is actually sitting next to me here because I used it to test two new things that I got. My capture card, which works, and my new joystick, which is the Ranger by Hyperkin, which is like a Nintendo type joystick. It's got a little joystick here to move around, thumbstick. And it can also be a paddle controller. So, I'm looking forward to doing a full test on that here coming up. That's going to end tonight's session. And so, as always, thank you for joining me. And if you haven't already done so, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're a subscriber, thank you. I love my subscribers, and I really appreciate it. But please, giving me likes tells me what you really like me to do and what you enjoy me doing. Also, comment. Let me know what you think of what I'm doing. Especially now with this coding thing. If you're an Atari coder and you know something and you see, hey, silly, you could do it this way. Well, throw it down there in the code. Let's chat. Let's see what we got going on. I do like doing that, and I do love talking to other guys that are into the retro gaming and retro programming like I am. I really enjoy doing this stuff. It really takes me back in time. What you're not hearing is usually I got some old 80s music playing in the background while I'm doing all this stuff here in my room, and it takes me back to my bedroom when I was a preteen and teen years doing programming and playing on my Atari computer. So I really enjoy it, and this is a lot of fun. It gets to take me back, and to me it's therapeutic. So please like, share, and subscribe. And once again, if you're a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And as always, at this time, please stay safe, wash your hands, keep your social distancing. Let's try and stop this from getting any worse than it already has been. Too many people have lost their lives over this, and we can prevent it from getting worse and hopefully just end it. So please be safe, because I look forward to seeing you next time for episode 295, where I'm not really sure whether I'm going to keep going with this or if I'm going to go do some more on the MC10, but I think I'm going to keep going with this because I got momentum and we got some really cool stuff going on. In this one, I'm going to be able to do a ton of really cool stuff that I think you're really going to enjoy. So until next time, peace seeing you.